Hello. Hi, how are you doing? Hi, Shaniel, how are you doing? Good night. Welcome. How was your day? All right. I'm just checking in. I'm trying to see if I could start. Hi, Travel with Me. Thank you so much for tuning in. Just Travel Plus. Hello to you too. Thank you so much. All right. Life with Chanel says, I'm okay. Nice seeing Blessing. It was good. Okay, okay. And you're in school right now, Chanel? How was class? Travel with Me says, what you doing these days? uh, while you're here, please go ahead and remember to double tap on the channel, all right, on your screen rather, to give the video a thumbs up, okay? And like. So Travel with Me saying, what you doing these days? These days are pretty much um, the same, seeing patients and all. Today, I didn't see any patients today. I went ahead and got some things done. Hi, Jay. How are you doing? I got some things done today. Oh, I should probably tell you about seeing that I was at that office. Okay, nice, Jay. Nice, nice. Oh, remember, guys, remember to give the video a thumbs up. So you have to double tap on the screen. All right. So I went in the other day and um, did a social security, application. So I can tell you about that for persons who are coming in. And, probably you did your application as a part of the process for your filing. And probably you're here and waiting on your paperwork. So usually when you get here in the state, after you've gotten your green card, once you land, a few days or a couple of weeks or so, you should be able to get your social security number and your card. If you haven't gotten it, then just go online and do an application. And just make sure you have like your birth certificate. What else? So birth certificate, and unexpired passport with your stamp of entry, and what else? Yeah, and then just make an appointment online at the Social Security office. And then once you do that, you should be able to go in and get your application sorted out. Uh, Hi, pretty Kaija. Kaisha. Yeah. How are you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. All right. Hi, everyone. How are you guys doing? Can you identify yourselves? Only Dingers says hi. Hi, welcome. Melanie or Melton says hello. Hi, thank you so much for tuning in. How are you guys doing? Oh, thank you, Only Dingers. Really do appreciate that. Remember not only to sub, but go ahead and check out the videos, okay? Yeah, so I basically share just about every information regarding nursing, travel, and a little bit of lifestyle. All right. Okay, thank you so much, Melton. Melton says, identify. Melton says, I love your videos. Thank you so much, Melton. CH, hello. Dorothy Robinson. Thank you, Queen, for being so informative. No problem. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching the videos. It really means a lot. And I'm happy that, some persons are able to find, information that is beneficial. CH has been loving your videos. Thank you so much, CH312. And then I have Melton says, okay, you're welcome. Oh, are you so natural on video? I'm not natural on video. I'm getting used to social media, videoing and all. So yeah, but I'm not that 100%, all that natural. Still have to kind of prips every now and again, to kind of keep me on track with certain things. But, after a while, my family here um, is very engaging. So, yeah. Alisa Evans says, hi. Melton says, I'm 10. Okay, Melton. You're 10 years old? Alisa Evans says, how was your Thanksgiving? My Thanksgiving was pretty much okay, Alisa. We hung out with a few Jamaicans, and as usual, it's always, fun when a few Jamaicans meet up together, especially when they have good vibes, yeah. And then the food was good, so, we had Jamaican food. So that was really, really good. So we had jerk chicken, oxtail, and we had a little bit of a beef, some turkey, and rice and peas, and yeah, a bunch of food. Hello, Stacy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. And guys, please remember to go ahead and, double tap on the screen to give the video a thumbs up as we're going. And what you eat for Thanksgiving. As I said, I had all of those things, Jamaican food. So jerk chicken, rice and peas. We didn't have any fish this time. And a lot of salads. And yeah, you can cook. Yes, I can cook CH312. Yes, I can cook. Which woman nowadays can cook? Well, let me not say that. But yeah. Melton says, I sub. Thank you so much, Melton. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, nowadays, a lot of persons I think can cook. If you can't cook, then oh Lord, I'm so sorry for you as a woman and a man, Alisa Evans says, I'm almost to do my due date. Alisa Evans, I'm almost to do my due date. Usually when we're talking about due date, we're talking about pregnancy. Is that what you're talking about, Alisa? Melton says, I'm from Russia. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Really happy that you're able to. Okay, nice. Nice. Do you know what you're having, Alisa? I'm going to be a team girl. Yeah, because I'd love to have a girl. So I think twins. Oh, my word. That's so nice. Congratulations to you both for that. 2 girls. Nice. Do you have any boys? Yeah, that's so nice. 2 girls, 2 weeks left. Okay, well, congratulations and, safe delivery, on this is your first pregnancy. Okay, nice. Well, good luck with, with the growth and everything, because I know child rearing it's a handful. CH says, do you have any kids? Yes, I do have a son. He's 6 years old. Yeah, so I have only one. Do we have any nurses on here? Do we have anybody from Jamaica here as well? You can just identify yourself. And if you have any topics that you want me to talk about, as a transitioning nurse or as a nurse practitioner, if you want to hear anything, feel free to go ahead and put that in the comment box below. Melton says, can you help me with English, with your English? Of course I can, Melton. Of course I can, but to what extent? How much do you need help with? Just let me know. Okay, CH says from Jamaica. Thank you so much for tuning in. So yeah, I've been posting a few videos, recently. And I do hope that you guys are enjoying. And I would love for you to go ahead and check out the podcast, the videos I've uploaded so far. There is one who is, he majored in computer science and mathematics. And there is another one who, so he did mathematics and computer science, and then he was working, in banking for a while, and then he transitioned over to being an ICU nurse. So you can listen to his story. And then I have another nurse from Jamaica who is also ICU trained from Jamaica. And she's now working in psych and also as a travel nurse. I think she works with this school, so she travels on the bus with kids who need medications. Hers is a pretty decent job, so if you're a nurse and you're interested in that kind of work, you can look it up. It's totally different from school nursing, you know, and it sounds like it's almost like a one-on-one, one-to-one, you know, kind of nursing. So um that's it. So you can check out their videos. I have a few more persons that I will be interviewing. So I want you guys to, you know, keep an eye out on that. Tom Hicks, hello, how are you doing, Tom? Um, and so I want you guys to go ahead and check those out once I do so. And as I said, there are so many videos that I've uploaded as well regarding my background and just general information regarding, like, you know, my experience on the road traveling, you know, as a nurse practitioner. Some of the cases that I see, you know, I just talk about them as well. And Alyssa says, I'm a chiropractor. Okay, nice, Alyssa, nice. Okay. And then CH says, will you be doing any travel NP jobs in different states? No, I'm not gonna be doing any travel NP jobs right now. Probably later on, depending on how things are going. But yeah, not for now. I think I'm doing enough traveling right now. So I'll just hold on to this one that I'm doing. Even though it's just house calls, but I get to go a lot of places, and you know, the interaction is good, the experience is good. So what are your thoughts on remote NP? CH312 is asking. Being a remote NP sounds pretty decent. I don't know if I'll probably enjoy it because I'm usually an emergency room nurse, or I'm an emergency room nurse. So I usually like, you know, to be, you know, not necessarily running around, but, you know, always active. So having a remote job sounds fun in a sense, but boring at the same time. Yeah. So, yeah. And then Melton. Okay, well, be safe, Melton. Melton says, I'm in my dad's house in Russia. Just be safe. It's nice that you're able to, you know, get onto YouTube and be interacting with us here during, you know, this time. Really do appreciate you. And then Dingers, okay. Yes, so only Dingers wants me to give a shout out, okay. And I'll do that again, only Dingers. There's your shout out. All right, and remember to subscribe to my channel. All right, and watch the videos and comment and like and share, all of that. CH is asking, will you do or start your own business as an NP? Yes, I definitely would want to do that. There are so many things that, yes, I want to do. I would probably do something online that I have the flexibility to, you know, still travel, do my YouTube, and go ahead with, you know, seeing patients as well. So that's good. Life with Chanel. So I'm going to give a big shout out to Life with Chanel. Please check out her channel. All right, she's heading up to 1,000 subscribers. So please go over. She's a Jamaican YouTuber. And as I say, she is on the road to 1,000 subs. So go ahead and check out her channel. How many subs do you have to do a live? I think you can get up to 50. You can have up to 50 subs for you to actually start going live. So I think that was it. Yeah. Melton says, I'm leaving Russia tomorrow morning. Well, safe travel, Melton, on your trip. All right. Safe travel there. You're welcome, Chanel. Not a problem. Not a problem. So another thing seeing that I spoke about the Social Security, another thing that I wanted to talk with persons about is when you're here in the States, if you're a newcomer, you just moved here, and you know, if you're looking to apply for anything, so for example, you're applying for a passport, you're applying for your driver's license, what I would encourage persons to do is, depending on where you're living, if it is a case where it's very busy, location, you're living in the town or the city, I would encourage you to look for any area that is, like, you know, not so busy. So like one of those rural communities or towns or cities close by, and do the application through there, because because they're a little bit slower in terms of there's not much persons in those areas, so your application will get done a little bit faster. So I would encourage you to just go ahead and do your application through one of those towns. So for example, even if the town is probably like say 30 minutes drive or 1 hour drive, just go ahead and do that. And that's inclusive for your passport, all right? Because that will help with getting your application done a little bit fast and get your paperwork and all. Only Dingers, have you set up for Christmas? Oh no, I don't really do Christmas like that, dear. Sorry. Well, now that I have a 6-year-old, I think probably, I'd have to probably start doing all of that because he keeps on singing about Christmas. So, but I don't do any setup for Christmas, unfortunately. Yeah. Have you started? Have you guys started setting up for Christmas trees and everything? I know I have a friend who probably, Christmas, she started Christmas for probably September. Yeah. Yeah, so Melton is asking, how old do you have to be to have a YouTube channel? I guess you can be at any age, as long as you have a parent. If you're a minor, if you have a parent who is controlling, your channel, then you should be able to get one. So yeah. Tony Voigt. Okay, welcome Tony. Thank you so much. And while you guys are here, please remember to go ahead and double tap on the screen. All right, welcome Tony to the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, and if you're a nurse or, depending on what profession you're in, you can you can go ahead and text me on that number that I have if you have a story that you want to share, so we can actually arrange for that. And then another thing is I'll be having, persons calling in, especially nurses, just to share their day in the life of a nurse, or if you're an engineer and you have something, motivational, encouraging you want to share, you can also share with me as well as the family, that is. All right, so remember to do that. Another thing regarding the application for the Social Security, I didn't make mention, when you go there, if you don't have an appointment, you might not be, allowed to see anyone that day. So just be mindful that you have to make your appointment to get in. I think about 2 weeks ago, they said they made some changes, and that was one of them. And then, you can't really use a cell phone or anything in the office. CH312, how do you balance your YouTube and family? Oh my word. YouTube is like a full-time job, honestly. YouTube is a full-time job. And but I'm doing it part-time. But the amount of work you have to put in, it's so much. Let's just say it's a lot of work. So balancing YouTube, work, and family, it's tricky, like when I have downtime, then I definitely go ahead and do a video or two. And other times, I just have to work and make sure that the family is well. So you just have to find that balance. For me, as I say, I'm on the road most of the time, so I definitely do my videos from there. And sometimes when I do get home, I might, sit down and do a video or two or some edits. And then, from there. But majority of the time, I don't think it doesn't really affect it that bad, because I still try to make sure, my son does his schoolwork and everything. And when it's time to wash, cook, clean, I still do that. And then when it's time to make my notes, I still go ahead and do that. So the balance is not that bad. But as I say, YouTube is a lot of work, and I never really expected this much in terms of, YouTube. So as I go along, I'm balancing a little bit better and learning as I go along. So yeah. All right. Do we have any nurses here? What area are you in, CH312? So even right now, as I speak, I was doing some, well, I only have like one note or one chart that I'm trying to finish up. So, but otherwise, usually at this time I will be doing a lot of notes. But over the weekend, I was able to accomplish, one goal, one major goal, that is. and that was to try and complete most of my charts, if not all. So yeah. So what area are you guys in? Will you be traveling for the Christmas season? No, I'm not traveling for the Christmas season. Already did my traveling for this year, so Christmas is on lockdown. I'm gonna be home for Christmas. All right. Hello, Zari World. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. All right. All right. So one thing I want to talk about as well is do you have anybody who experience anything, regarding their social life, like, it's difficult for you to go ahead and try and make friends? Do you find that a problem here in the US or wherever you're from? If you transition from one place to the other, is that a problem for you guys, or you guys are able to, have a very active social life? You can leave it in the comment and tell me. Yeah, because that's one thing I realize, that is a big thing here. That is a big thing here. Persons not really having that much of a active or social life, that is. What are your hobbies? Window shopping. I like to play badminton. Yeah, I like to play badminton, and yeah, I like to hang out at the gym sometimes as well. Not as much as I used to at one point, but yeah, anything that is gonna keep me active. And I like to travel. Yeah. So right now, with me being so busy, a lot of times I don't really even find time to do certain things. And CH12 says, you don't look athletic. Oh, no, not right. No, I used to be, just have a lot of things going on. So, even though I have a 6-year-old, we call it baby weight. Them thing there. That's what we tell Lipon Pitney. But anyways, yeah. I'm getting there. I will be there by next year, when my schedule is a little bit free up and I have a little bit more flexibility. Melton says, I am in, what's that, Canada? No? Okay, Melton. So you were in Russia and now you're in Canada. Huh? All right. So CH12 says very long baby wait, that is. Yes, it is. Sometimes things take a little time, but once you're persistent, eventually you'll see results. So even though that's probably 6 years old, eventually the results will come up. So, all right. What area are you in, CH12? All right, and I'm going to try to see if I can start doing my live on Wednesdays. Yeah, so I'm going to try to start doing my live on Wednesdays. I will put it up on the channel. And then from there, so more persons can be a part of the discussion here. And I'll definitely, as I say, definitely have persons calling in. I'm hoping to have persons calling in to share stories. All right, but I don't want it to be a case where persons are just calling with nothing to really offer regarding, something to encourage or just telling us their day in the life. I want it to be something, where I want it to be a case where we definitely have a story and we definitely have something to, provide for the audience here. So, hi, Kay. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, Kay says, I find it hard to make new friends, friends even in my home country. Where are you from, Kay? Yeah, it's hard here. You might find that, as I say in one of my videos, you might have neighbors, you don't know who they are, or if you do know them, the relationship is not like anything concrete, and then sometimes you have a lot of persons who tend to be moving from one place to the other, so you're not able to have any real relationship with those persons because of, the constant moving. Oh, you're from Germany, Kay. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in because of the constant, moving from one place to the other. And then when you go to work, that's another struggle because, it's just work. You just go there and before you know it, the 12 hours or 8 hours finish. You might hang out every now and again with a few persons and that's it. But I think it's more of if you don't have friends like, from high school or college days, if you're an adult, it's going to be very difficult for you to have friends or make friends now. So yeah. Melton says, I love the US anthem. Okay, nice, nice. I love my Jamaican anthem too. All right. So let me try to do this. All right. So yeah. So that's one of the biggest thing for me. And especially if you're moving from one country to the other, where everything else is totally different, the culture, everything, then that can be another problem. So, but it's very difficult to have a social life here in the US. There's just so many things that are, contributing to persons not having social life. And then with the, the constant, you know, hello, Miracle Thrash. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. And then the other thing is, with the social media, you have persons not really going out nowadays and interacting with anybody. It's more of just, sitting across virtually and doing, the little communication. So, and then you find out that some places, they don't even have community centers anymore for persons to meet up and greet. So that's another thing with, persons not having a social life here in America. So thank you so much, Miracle. Really do appreciate. And I will check out your channel as well. Thanks for the sub. Kay says, do you live in a city in the US? I've heard the most crowded places tend to be the most lonely. So yes, I live in a city, but it's not that, like, it's very quiet here. It's quiet. The city, like, there's a busy city close by, and that's probably like, say, 20 minutes drive or 30 minutes. But I have a lot of nightlife around this area. So, so it's not that bad. But when I just moved here, I moved to the state of Maine, and Maine is up north and it is cold and yeah, it's not the best place when you're transitioning in terms of to have a social life or anything, and especially if you don't have families with you, then that also can contribute to, the loneliness and the, your problems with your social life. But where I'm at, yes, you have persons around and you see your neighbors, you talk to them every now and again, and that's it. But for majority of the time, everybody is just inside their house, they go to work and then when they get off, they just drive in and that's it. And the cycle just continue. Sleep, work, and repeat. So there's nothing different, Melton says, I'm in band. Okay. Marvin Lee, good night, nurse. What are you cooking for dinner? I'm hungry. So what are you talking about? Welcome, Marvin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I haven't cooked anything today. So I had rice and peas and chicken from yesterday with vegetable and pasta. So this thing we call Sunday Monday. I don't know if you know about Sunday Monday from Jamaica. Just like Thanksgiving Day when persons have, Thanksgiving meal left over. It's the same thing. So that's what I had today. And they always say the best food or the tastiest of the food is the food that you have the next day. I guess because the seasoning all set in and everything. So, so, oh, we're just literally just sitting down and just chit-chatting. I was talking about, I went into like the social security office to do an application. So I spoke about that, the process. If you're here and you're waiting on your paperwork to get that done, you know, or you're waiting for the paperwork or the card itself, you can just go online and do the application once you have the necessary paperwork, and then you should be able to make an appointment and get that done. And then I was talking about if you're applying for passport and like, you know, your driver's license, if your place, wherever you live, if it is a busy place, just go ahead and apply for the application in one of those rural areas that is not so busy, not populated, that populated rather. And then from there, you know, you should be able to get it a little bit faster. CH12 says, why are your ultimate goals? What are your ultimate goals with my YouTube channel? So my ultimate goal for my YouTube channel is, as I say, it's more for content, you know, content sharing. I do want to help a lot of persons. So through this medium, I'll be able to launch my, you know, my foundation where I can help more persons in Jamaica. And you know, as I say, it's more for content sharing, because when I was moving to the States here as a nurse, I never really had that much persons to talk to regarding certain things. So as I go along, you know, and whatever I experience, I definitely want to just share it on the platform here for persons who are transitioning. And it doesn't necessarily have to be persons from, you know, Jamaica. It can be persons from other places in the world, you know, that will probably meet up on one of the videos or so and be able to get some insight. So basically that's the ultimate goal for my channel. And the other thing is, you know, it's more of a motivational and encouragement, you know, channel. So I want to be a case where if I share my story and other persons come and share their story, like their background, then we should be able to learn something from that, you know, or it should help to encourage us in whatever area. You know, if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, whatever area you're in, you should be able to find some means of of encouragement or motivation from whatever is being shared. Yeah, so that's it. But thank you so much for those questions. CH12, do appreciate that. Yeah, so I want to create yeah, I want to have a family here, you know, where once I am, especially with my, oh, I also have a GoFundMe page. I have a GoFundMe page where it's more for, you know, we had Hurricane Beryl that affected Jamaica. Yes, so I did create a GoFundMe page because there are some persons in communities, like back in my community and other communities on a coastal area that were affected. So I have this channel and I just thought that, you know, it would be a good way to start my foundation, start some form of community service with doing that. So you can go ahead and check out that video that I posted, and the link is in my bio, where you can go ahead and donate. I think I've gotten like $300 or so. The goal is for $10,000. I thought it would have been a little bit, you know, better right now, but I guess I'm not really promoting it that much, but that's the goal, the ultimate goal with that. And once I do reach my goal of $10,000, or even if I reach 5,000, then I'm gonna just go ahead and purchase some items for some persons down in one of those communities, and try to just go ahead and, you know, put it on the channel so persons can know exactly what's happening with their money, you know, their donation. And from there, I just want to continue, like, you know, just helping persons. Yeah. But I have a lot of plans for my my YouTube channel here, but I'm not gonna tell all of it. And as I say, you know, I started a podcast as well, so that is another big thing, because that's the area that I want persons to come in and share their stories. You know, one person to share their stories on my podcast, so that's it. And as I say, the podcast is not necessarily only for nurses. I would love to have a lot of nurses. You know, my channel is like, you know, focused on nurses. But at the same time, I know I have other persons in the audience who probably would be interested in knowing what it is like being like an accountant, what it is like being a teacher in Jamaica, you know, or a doctor in Jamaica. So whatever area they're in, I know other persons are here. They're not only nurses on the platform. So I just want to kind of make it a little bit more, you know, inclusive for everybody. Um, I do hope that answers your question, CH312. Do we have anybody else who wants to ask any question? What area are you from? Are you from Jamaica, Marvin Lee, or where are you from? Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Okay, nice, nice. Where in Jamaica are you from, Marvin? What parish? So CH12 says, will you be having a lot more interviews? I like your interviews so far. Okay, thank you so much, CH12. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan, to have a lot of interviews. The only thing is that, you know, I have a few persons who definitely don't want to be showing their faces. So I'll be doing, you know, audio with them as well. And hopefully, you know, the ones who are okay with, you know, doing an actual video with me, then I will definitely get them on the channel. But that's the thing. That's the thing I want to do on the channel, just to have like audio and visuals, videos that they can, you know, share their stories through. So, oh, you're from Old Arbor? Okay, in St. Catherine. Okay, nice, nice. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in, because I know it's what, about 8:45 now in Jamaica. Yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in. Are you a nurse though, Marvin? So CH12, I realize you've been asking a lot of questions regarding, you know, the channel and all. What area are you in? Do you want to be a part of the platform where you're sharing your story growing up, or just a day in the life of whatever profession you're in? Thank you so much, Ashley. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate that. How are you doing, Ashley? Yeah, so I definitely want persons to call in. And just in case, let me see. If anybody wants to call in right now and share anything, let me give you a number that you can call me on. And we will go live. How does that sound? Triple K imagery and live streaming. Hi, says hi, Stacy. How are you doing? Oh, you're a field technician. Okay, nice, nice. Why you're laughing, Marvin? You don't think you're cut out to be a nurse? Hmm? Yeah, we have some really strong men in nursing, you know. We have some really strong men in nursing. So I think you will be fine either way. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I don't know who wants to call in, but the number you're going to be calling on is 469. I don't know how to pin this thing, but it's 469-209-9257. All right. And then you can call and share your day with me and the other persons on the channel here. All right. So if that is something you're interested in, go ahead and dial that number, and let's see how the first live goes with someone. All right, Marvin, are you wanting to call? Can you call? Call me and tell me your day. Tell me your day as a field technician. As I said, the number is 469-209-9257. New Orlando. Oh, you're in Orlando. No. Thank you so much. Enjoy your night though, Marvin Lee. Thank you so much. Ashley says, do you have a dog? If you do, then what's his name? Oh, Ashley, no, I don't have a dog, unfortunately. I don't have a dog. Seem like you're a dog lover, Ashley. Triple imagery and live streaming says, I am well, thanks for asking. How are you? Well, nice videos. Thank you so much, Triple K. Really do appreciate that. And then CH312 says, will you interview some of your subscribers? Oh, definitely. I've been asking you, CH312. What area are you in? So I definitely want to go ahead and interview some of my subscribers. Mix Up Boss, thank you so much for tuning in. How are you doing? Oh, my number, it's 469-209-9257. And people, if you haven't subscribed to this channel as yet, this gentleman, Mix Up Boss, go ahead and check out his channel. He has some really, interesting people calling in and sharing their story and, giving insight on the topic. So, you can go over there and listen. So it's Mix Up Boss. I think it's one word. Mixupboss. All right. So check out his channel. He's a Jamaican YouTuber. And I got a little bit of an inspiration. So it's 469-209-9257. Probably, hold on. I'm gonna, probably it won't. I don't know how to, pin message. No, not that one. I'm trying. Let me see. You know that this thing here, I'm not really 100% pin message. How on earth do I do this? Okay. Okay. That's my WhatsApp. I'm not seeing it coming up. But I cannot see it coming up. All right. So let me see here. Hold on. Is this in WhatsApp? Okay. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, nurse.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Thank you so. Thank you.
For you to pin the number, you have to sign in with the next device.
Oh.
So you got to sign in with 2 phones with the set account.
Oh.
And then you can write in the chat, and then you click on the picture. Just tap it, and it will show pin message.
Okay. So let me.
So when you're not be alive, you just sign in with 2 devices. If you have 2 phones, just use it, sign in on your YouTube account.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, nice.
What are you talking about tonight?
Oh, so me just basically I'm just basically just checking in. Hold on, let me turn on this one. I am just basically checking in with my people. So I was just kind of talking about Social Security. It was just like a general, So it wasn't really anything much, but how are you?
Alive, we think of something you talk about. Somebody just want give my 2 cents.
Oh.
The Social Security, I live in Jamaica, so we don't know nothing about that.
But let me tell you, you can tell me about your day, how your day went,
My day was okay. I went for my son. My son, me just done finish homework. I'm about to start my live stream in 2 minutes. So that's cool. And then I saw you and I said, let me just come over,
come check in.
Yeah.
Okay, I really do appreciate that. Yeah, man.
Some guys over there.
Yes, I saw a few persons who said they're from your channel, so I really do appreciate that.
anything to do with nurse, I'll be a nurse pack up over there. Uh-huh. You know, everything will go on with nurse and you give some good input and insight about nursing.
Yeah, I try to be.
Pop up on my algorithm. I mean, I say, oh, the lady, I'm here, she say. And then I start listening and I go through evidence. Oh, she not sound bad. She sound very intelligent.
Okay.
Articulate and sound, you know, so like somebody where I reach far.
Okay.
But put in the work, man. You're going to reach far on YouTube, you know.
Thanks.
Sometimes you do a little thing, and if it's one little thing in a media where you want to address certain way, you just do it on a level where you're not bashing nobody, but you just be in fear. And yeah, your thing will grow, man. Take it. Remember when we have 1,000 subscribers, 1,006, 2,000, 3,000, until you reach 100. You just blow up.
It just blow up overnight.
Yeah. From the switch to the stories, them man, it give me the. Trust me, yeah, man.
I did got the inspiration because I was sitting down and I was like, you know, I definitely wanted to do the StreamYard, but then a lot of persons didn't want to do the video, you know, so I went ahead and was like watching your video and it just came to my thought that what about persons who don't want to show their face? And I realized that a lot of persons. Yes. Yes. So I know a lot of persons wanted to share their story, but they're like, oh no, I'm not really a social media person. So.
Attack, you know?
Yes.
And some of the people might undocumented and then they really want to show them publicly.
Yes. And the other thing is, you know, when you come on to person sharing them story and person seeing them, you don't know the company that they're working with. You know, especially if they're going to say something that probably is not in alignment with the mission statement or anything like that. So I just wanted it to be, you know, but at the same time, I don't want it to be too much of, you know. But I really do appreciate you taking the time out, though, to begin me up and all them stuff there, you know. We should link up one day, hopefully, you know. Because I see you do... No, that's a Google number. It's a Google number. So what I did was to do the Google number because I'm not too sure how many persons are going to be calling, you know, because of calling sick. So I was just trying that out. And then once persons confirm that they want... Go again?
You need a number. Once them text, then get it on WhatsApp.
Well, I have another number, but I wasn't so sure if I should start out with that or Google. So I wanted to kind of talk with you regarding how you went ahead with your process, you know, regarding certain things.
All right, tell you what. Me and you, I'm going to do my show. You take up a while. You know, sleep show at the back. If not, we talk tomorrow. I'm tell you some tips and some ways how to do some things, eh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, then tomorrow. Yeah, man. Thanks so much for calling.
No problem.
All right, so thank you so much, Mix Up Boss. So yes, people, so thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, just go ahead and double tap the screen, you know, to give the video a thumbs up. But this was just a general, you know, a quick check-in with everybody just to see how things are going in. Marvin Lee says, can I get work by your hospital as a porter? So I don't work at a hospital, but there are a lot of hospitals around town that yet, you know, definitely, yes. There are a lot of work there. Work no short, may I tell you. Work no short. It's just that sometimes, you know, they're probably not going to pay you well. That's the only thing. But there's a lot of hospitals that do need porters, you know, that you can check in with. Yeah. And then Benjamin Rivera, what are your her. All right, Benjamin, thank you so much for tuning in. Hi, Craig Hoyt. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule, you know. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna be trying to get my channel, get some little bit more insight on how to get this YouTube thing going. All right, but as I say, if you're in the US here, or, you know, you can always go ahead and call me, you know, if you have a story, if you're a nurse and you want to share a story, or, you know, if you have like, say, for example, you were growing up and you turn out to be, you know, a doctor, you know, an engineer, your background you thought at the time was you were poor and you want to share something about your story just to kind of encourage other persons, I want you to go ahead and call me or text me, you know, so we can arrange for a time to go ahead and have a discussion, a sit down, just to kind of hear your story, what kept you going, why were you motivated and all. So yeah. All right. Marvin Lee said, teeth them pretty though. Thank you so much. That's the one thing, is because I know I love to smile. I definitely try to make sure they're, them look good, because me really likes the rotten teeth them. You know them way there? Yeah, man. So I definitely have to try to keep them intact. And from there, so that way when I come on places like these, I know persons, the social media is the place. So I want to make sure that my teeth are okay to go on the camera and nothing falling out and nothing look too dark. You know them way there. So thank you so much though. Yeah, so that's it. But there are other what about you, have you ever tried looking into, well, the port and transport is almost the same. Um, but there are other areas in the hospital that do need, persons, and I don't think you need much certifications or anything, to do anything like that. And then if you're in, so for example, you're interested in like upgrading, doing like a CNA course or something like that, a lot of hospitals tend to have, programs where they do go ahead and sponsor. So Marvin Lee, if that is something, you're interested in, then as I say, a lot of hospitals do provide those. You might end up getting like bonded for probably like a year or so. But you might find out that it's worth it, because you're going to be getting paid while you're doing the program or the certification course, and at the same time you are getting a certificate and you have a job. So that is something you can look into if you don't get anything as a porter, yeah. But it's nice to get a job with one of those hospitals, because, in order to get pretty teeth as well, they give good dental insurance and all, and health insurance, and that's a big thing. That's a big thing in America here, health insurance. Of course, Marvin Lee, definitely, definitely, definitely. Go ahead and do so. But yeah, when you work with those hospitals, those facilities, especially if you're an immigrant, I would tell anybody, go ahead and, get one of those jobs with hospital that has benefits, and if you're looking to upgrade yourself, there is always a lot of places, they do have programs in place that you can advance your career or start your career if you're here and you're not, you're not doing anything really. So that is one way you can actually advance yourself. They have programs for RN, they have programs for CNA, and if you decide that you want to go as far as getting your master's, that is something else that they will assist you with. But once you start out with them, there is going to be some form of bonding. So yeah. But the benefits, you definitely want it. I would encourage anybody to get the benefits, because health insurance here in America is something else. It is something else. I was talking with someone this morning regarding the cost associated with getting things like, like if apart from your medical, when you do your medical, that's fine. If you do your annual exam, that's fine. But when it comes on to everything else, you have to have money in your pocket. You have to have a lot of money in your pocket, because even though I'm a nurse and you'd think that I know about health insurance and all them stuff, I'm still confused. I'm still confused about the, why we have health insurance, because at the end of the day, when I go to the hospital, if I check into the emergency room, and even though the hospital says that I have insurance, I get insurance with them, I realize that the hospital have to still go ahead and pay, my copay, which nothing is fine with that. But then you have this thing called deductible. And if you don't meet a deductible per year, or if you don't meet your deductible at the time when you are, in the hospital, it's like, if you don't meet a deductible at the time when you check into the hospital, it's like you're wondering why, in the sense, you have the insurance, because the insurance is not going to really cover anything. It's not going to cover anything. And then the other thing you have to understand is that when hospitals do give you health insurance, you know, they give you health insurance, and when you check into the hospital, yes, it will cover a little bit, but then you have to remember that the doctors who are seeing you, they're not even covered with the health insurance. They're not even in network. So basically, you're getting a health insurance package from a hospital, and sometimes you're wondering if it really make any sense, you know, because the doctor who's seeing you is out of network. Then you're supposed to go and get your labs done. It's another, you know, money. Then you're supposed to go and get a CT scan done. The radiology department is going to send you a bill. Radiologist is going to send you a bill. And then you look, it's like you're spending thousands of dollars for healthcare just for one little minor emergency that you show up to the emergency room. And God bless the amount that the health insurance is going to pay for. But at the end of the day, the bigger picture is the health insurance is going to be beneficial if, the Lord forbid, and a couple weeks later, you know, you met in an accident and you're admitted for a long time, you know, you will be able to benefit from the health insurance. But for persons who are not really, say, using their health insurance or not sick, and you're just going to do your regular annual exam, you say you go and you do your pap smear every year, you go and do your dental, your vision. Yes, you might not, you know, you'll pay zero to nothing or less than $100 probably per visit, or $0 because it's your annual, you know. But if you're the kind that is always sick and everything, then you're gonna have to spend a lot of money in order for you to reach your deductibles. So yeah. Marvin Lee says, thanks, share the knowledge and experience you give each time on here is awesome, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Marvin, for saying that. Thank you so much. But most importantly, I definitely wanted to go ahead and share it with your friends. All right, share the channel with your friends so you can get more persons hearing and getting more information as well. Cassie's Kitchen says, Cassie's Kitchen Creation says, good evening. Hi, thank you so much, Cassie, for tuning in. How are you doing? Yeah, so when it comes down to that, you know, it's nice to have the health insurance and all, but it's a lot of money sometimes you have to be spending out of your pocket. Like the other day I went and did a test and I had my health insurance, and then my health insurance with the cost to do the test with the health insurance was gonna be, I think it was like say $600 and something dollars. And then out of pocket without the health insurance is like $500 and something dollars. So it's like $100 difference, you know, in terms of using the insurance or not. And to me, that's just a little bit excessive. It's just a little bit excessive. You can imagine patients who have, like, you know, renal failure on dialysis, and they're supposed to be getting medications to help with, you know, their blood pressure, or they're supposed to be getting dialysis, and they can't even afford $15, you know, $15 for their medication because insurance is not covering $15. You know, it's kind of confusing. It's very confusing, the health insurance here, but I still encourage persons, make sure you have good health insurance because you don't know what will happen, you know, later on. All right, Cassie's Kitchen says you have to get pre-approval for just about everything. Then you have to pay $200 and up before the procedure is done. Exactly, exactly. Because if you don't meet your deductible, then it's like you cannot get anything done. You cannot get anything done. And that's just sad because, you know, as I say, you have a lot of persons out there who need to get their procedures done, and they have insurance and they still can't get anything. You know, a lot of patients of mine, they have insurance, and these persons are living on, like, say, $500 disability, and their blood pressure medication is probably like $150. Insurance is not covering it. And so you have for $500, you're going to choose between whether or not you're going to pay your rent, or you're going to choose whether or not you're going to be paying your rent. You're going to be paying your rent or purchasing medication, you know, that way. And so you find out that persons are not going to even, you know, buy the medication because it's so expensive. All right. But the healthcare here is something that we definitely have to think about, especially when we're moving from, you know, from Jamaica or from anywhere else. Definitely read up on the health insurance because there's so many things you definitely have to even, you know, understand with the health insurance. You definitely have to understand a lot of things when it comes on to health insurance. But still go ahead and get your health insurance, even if you don't know anything about it. Just make sure you get something that is good. And another thing that I would encourage persons who are transitioning, short-term disability, long-term disability, make sure you get those. And your dental and vision, yeah, you're fine with those. Because those are not that bad in terms of price, those are not bad as in terms of price, but you definitely want to get those when you get here. Monique Hay says, hi, good night. How are you doing, Monique? Thank you so much for tuning in. That's why I took a big pay cut as a nurse and work a state job because of the health insurance. Yeah, the health insurance, when you look at it, you have to kind of decide whether or not you want health insurance, good health insurance, or, you just want to continue working for the amount of money that and especially if you have a lot of underlying problems, that as well should be one of the factors you think about when, you are thinking about, your job. Think about whether or not it's going to be beneficial for you to be getting this amount of money, or whether or not the insurance company, not the insurance company, but the company is going to be giving you a good insurance package, So look at that, because at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense you getting a lot of money and then the insurance package that they're offering is not anything, substantial, or it's going to make any sense for your health. So if you have certain underlying problems, just make sure you take one that is going to help with that. And another thing is, I always encourage persons to take out, along with your medical, take out all the other things that they offer. So they have like critical, they have a critical care insurance or critical plan that includes like cancer and some accidental injuries. Go ahead and do that, because you don't know what can happen. But then again, you see those plans that they have, it is like so confusing, because sometimes it only mention that if you cut off your big finger, that's the only time you get covered, that kind of way. So just make sure you read on them and get them. I think it's called critical illness plan. Yeah, the critical illness plan. Make sure you get that, because that is very, very important as well. And there is also one, it's an indemnity insurance, hospital indemnity insurance. And as I said, the prices on these are very, small. So you probably end up spending like, say, $8, $10, $15. And it's a lot of money that you'll get. So in the event that, so for example, you're admitted at the hospital, you definitely have something to help with paying the out-of-pocket expense. So for example, the insurance is going to cover 80% or 70%. Then the other 30% you're supposed to be covering with the fact that you have the hospital indemnity plan. That will go ahead and cover the remainder if you have enough money in that, depending on the plan that you take. So I would encourage anybody to do that. Royal Look Vlogs. Hi, hello. You're tuning in from India. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. And says from India, but I need only $500. Okay. Royal Look. Let me see. And then Cassie's Creation says you need to make sure you have a cancer plan. That exactly so. That is exactly so. You definitely need to have a cancer plan. Monique says, I agree. Thank you. Next time I call you on your podcast. Thank you so much, Monique. Thank you. Definitely. The number is 469-209-9257. And I will definitely go ahead and put it on the live in the comment section of the live, as well as the regular comment section on the channel. All right, so that way we can have a discussion. What year are you in, Monique? So that was 469. Yeah, but the insurance, that is something that, when I moved here, if I never really know anything else, I definitely make sure I have really good I have a really good car insurance. Anything that they offer, I just take it. You understand? Because especially if you don't have any families here and no friends, you don't want to be a case where you're just left hanging, So to get everything in terms of insurance. And I also do get the high end of whatever insurance package they have, just in case. Even when I never have any baby and never planned to have any baby at the time, I still went ahead and get something. Well, you don't know what can happen, so I went ahead and did a family plan. Even though it was, you can make adjustments to your insurance whenever you have a child or if you're married or anything like that. But I was just kind of looking ahead because I don't want anything to come and then mess up, my plans and everything. So just make sure you have really good plans for your insurances and whatever, even if you don't think you need it. If the price look like something that you can spare, just go ahead and spare the extra $5, $10, whatever it is, to get the insurance. Oh, Monique says she's in Florida now. Okay, nice, Monique. I definitely want to hear your stories. So I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I think I have someone who is, tomorrow is what, Wednesday or Tuesday? Oh, tomorrow's Tuesday. But if you want, you can call me tomorrow if you're free. I'll be online tomorrow around this time as well, but I'm gonna have someone on Wednesday, and then from there, I'm gonna try to be consistent with my live at least every Wednesday, but then I'll do like, impromptu pop-ins here just to kind of chit chat with a few of my subscribers. All right. Kia says hi. People don't understand that. We have free healthcare in Trinidad and people don't understand how expensive healthcare is. It makes me upset because they come every few months because of non-compliance to medication. Please, so let me put it on there. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of persons don't understand, the health insurance, and for persons who are getting medications free and all, they don't even understand that for some persons in other places, they can't get it. They cannot get it. They don't really understand let me put this number here. All right. So text me on this number, Monique. Text me on this number and then I will send another number to you. So that's the number. Just text me on it and I'll speak with you regarding the call the next day. All right. But yeah, a lot of persons, they don't really understand how healthcare is expensive. Like when I was in another state, at one point, at that time, I just moved to the state. And sometimes when we're in Jamaica, we will be doing, so we do a CBC, CMP, you do your PTT, and you do all of those testing. You do a urine test. And sometimes we take it for granted because we're like, oh, yeah, we're just doing the CBC, CMP. And we don't really think about, saying that, okay, then there's a cost associated with it. I remember when I was in a state working as a nurse and, for everything, we did, if you do a blue top, if you do a purple top, if you do a yellow top, all of those are billed individually. And then when we do a urine test was like roughly $150. $150 for somebody to just pee in a container and do the test. When you talk about an IV that you put in your arm, that was just going for probably like say $150, $180 per stick. So you have some facilities that definitely you have to chart in, like, how many times you poke the patient. There's a reason for that because it is being billed. So if you poke the patient 3 times and it's a missed IV, the patient is getting billed 3 times. Then when it comes on to ultrasound guided IVs, sometimes you have to say whether or not it's a straight stick or whether or not it's the ultrasound guided IVs. When you do put an ultrasound guided IVs, an ultrasound guided IVs was running anywhere between like $1,100 and $1,500, so it wasn't a case where you are just putting in IVs and everything and that was it, or using their ultrasound guided machine. That's why I keep on telling patients, like, let us try to get your IV first as a regular stick before we go ahead and do an ultrasound guided IV, because it is expensive. It's cheaper to get 3 pokes and be billed for those 3 pokes, which is roughly 3 times 150 is roughly $450, than to get poke 2 or 3 times with an ultrasound guided IV. You're being billed almost $4,000 or $5,000 there for just one little poke. You understand? So a lot of persons always come and be like, oh, I'm a hard stick. Yes, dear, we know you're a hard stick and we can see. But at the same time, let us just try in the meantime, because hospitals do bill based on those things. So just be careful. Did you want to call No, Monique? Or that was just you sending me a message to let me know your number? Yeah, so that's about it. But health insurance is it's very expensive, and you just have to understand it so that way, you know, you can get the full extent of it or the full use of it. And at the same time, you have to understand it so, you know, you're not confused a little bit more than you are when it comes down to this health insurance here in America. And then when the people them giving the medication with from the health insurance, please go ahead and take the medication. That's the other thing. So patients want all of these medications, and you know, them sit down and look at the medication. They sit and look at the medication, and they don't understand how expensive insulin is. They don't understand how expensive like these blood pressure medications are, you know, and rather than taking it to help with their, you know, their illness, they literally just not take it as you say, not take it, and then they come in and expect you're gonna work miracle to save them when they're in their DKA. So you know, Monique says, just sending you a message. We will talk in the week. I'm getting off shortly. Okay, no problem. Thank you so much. I will definitely save your number. I'll text you, Monique, as well. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna actually wrap up shortly as well, because I thought I was gonna be on for a short period. But yeah, the healthcare. The good thing about Jamaica is that we have free healthcare, so that's a plus for our people down there. We have free healthcare, and so we have the National Health Fund that does, you know, provide some medications for patients, which is good. And even some of our, you know, chemotherapy drugs, so we are able to get that access for them. So even though we might not have every single antibiotic or IV antibiotic, and a lot of times, you know, if you're admitted inpatient, sometimes patient's relative would have to go ahead and purchase those IV medications. You know, having the National Health Fund is a plus for them. It's a plus for them. And I think a lot of the patients down there do, you know, they're compliant with their medications for the most part, I must say. They're pretty much compliant. We don't really have that much persons coming in DKA or, you know, stroke, or having, let's just say, a lot of heart attack. We don't really have that much, thankfully. So I think they're pretty compliant with their medications, you know. So yeah. Alrighty, well, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Do we have any other questions, any comments before we go? And please remember to go ahead and double tap on the screen if you haven't done so as yet. And if you haven't subscribed as yet as well, I would love for you to subscribe. All right. And then, as I say, please remember to tune in. I'll be on the live on Wednesday. I will try to pop in during the week as well, depending on how my schedule is. And we can have a sit down as well. You know, you can always ask questions, and I'll hopefully have topics that we can discuss just to hear your insight on certain things. All right, but for now, it is 8:22 p.m. I know for some persons we are like 8:30 or probably 7:30. So I'm just gonna say it was nice, you know, sitting down and talking with you guys, and thank you so much for tuning in. And as usual, you know, please remember to subscribe and remember to leave a comment, okay? All right, so enjoy your evening now, and enjoy the remainder of the week if I don't see you or you don't see me. But, you know, go out with, you know, God's love. All right, enjoy your evening. Bye.